America was here before the Industrial Revolution.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So, one thing that kind of sparked my curiosity is how do the players themselves make themselves more marketable? Let's say I'm a player and I play a game at League of Legends or Street
Mhm.
Fighter, but I want to get myself out there, but I don't have a sponsor. I don't really have someone pushing my personal brand. So, how do I make myself more marketable to a Red Bull, to a Monster, to a, X
Mhm.
company that would like to sponsor me?
Okay, so let me answer this too, and this is for all the players out there. This, all you unestablished players. Forget about the players that are established. They already know the game and whatnot. So I'm going to help out all the unestablished players who are trying to figure out how do I break into the scene. We'll start with the infamous players, those who have bad reputations. Listen, don't. One thing you'll learn in business, whether you're infamous or not, as long as you have people talking about you or you have views on you, there's a way for you to monetize it. You just have to know how. So don't let anyone say, "Oh, you have a bad reputation. There's nothing you can do about it." That is malarkey. You ask any real businessman, right? Ask an actual businessman. They're gonna be like, "Ah, that doesn't." Donald Trump is a prime example. He is the prime example. Let's use Donald Trump as a prime example. This man continues to run his business, and he's one of the most infamous people in the world. This guy is He's one of the Republican presidential nominee, and he has a bunch of negative stuff about him. So don't let anyone tell you, oh, because you have a bad reputation, it can't work. That's foolishness. So let's get into it. All right, the first thing you need to do is you need to identify with what product that you can create for yourself. What is it that people watch you for, or talk about you for? Whatever that is, you need to develop that particular product. If you're a heel, develop the heel. Filipino champ, prime example of a bad guy who knows what he's doing. He knows people dislike him or dislike his shenanigans and that whatever, and he plays into it. That's what he does. Is that really who he is? It's questionable. We don't know. But he's not stupid. He knows that, like, listen, people need a bad guy. They don't like my unsportsmanship, whatever. What matters is when he's doing his real interviews with his actual sponsors. That is the time to be professional. But when he's on social media, if he's in a tournament and he want to give you the middle finger or he wants to talk trash about you and he's on his stream and he's talking trash about you, as long as it's within, as long as he knows how to manage and navigate it and keep it within, without it becoming like a hate crime or something like that, where it may touch upon someone in the wrong way. As long as you know how to manage it within that field, do it, because what you're marketing is no what you're selling is entertainment. This is what people want to watch. A lot of people give low tier God a lot of crap, but that whole thing with the low tier God, like, okay, so I was on YouTube, and I don't mean to digress. I just want to give you a prime example of low tier God. Some guy did a video about low tier God saying he's terrible at marketing, right? And he's horrible and no one should watch him. And everything he's doing is XYZ and wrong. And his video is the evidence that low tier God's doing it right. You're doing a video about another guy marketing wrong. Clearly, he got you to promote him. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
genius. That is genius. I'm watching low tier God on someone else's stream. He's doing something right. Now, whether or not you like him, that's something completely different. Don't mix that up. Don't mix that up. Stop mixing up what your personal opinion or how you like something, someone or something with what marketing is about. We um we have to hate somebody. Just humans are beings of duality. We love and we hate, light and dark, and, right and wrong, and all that other stuff. Like in Game of Thrones, Jeffrey, whatever is it, like we hated that guy's guts. We wanted that kid to die
No, wait,
in the
please.
film.
Okay, no. Before you go on, don't spoil Game of Thrones. I haven't seen a single episode. I'm saving it till when
I,
the series is done.
the point I'm trying to make is this: is that we hated this kid, right?
Hmm.
And but is that him in real life? No, like it's an act. That's a party's playing. Esports is about technology and entertainment. We're entertaining people through technology. And the context of that entertainment are the people, not the games. The games are the content. We are the context. Without us, esports does not exist. Video games can come and go. We are what makes esports exist. The games can't play themselves. They can, but if they did, we wouldn't watch them.
True.
Unfortunately, you had some people make computer versus computer WWE matches, and people actually watched it. I don't know how they got, but whatever. That was marketing genius. They got to do them. But yeah, you guys need to play into your roles, play into your characters. Try to create products. Some people want to create apps. Some people want to create clothing, so, streaming. The content. That's what you have to do. Find out what is your best product. Tap into that and develop that. That's how you make yourself marketable. Build an audience, build a social media following based on that. Get your numbers together, and then you approach sponsors and you look for product sponsorship. For those who are starting off on the lowest end, sometimes asking for financial sponsorship is not the way to go in the beginning. Sometimes the two best ways to go: product sponsorship and commission sponsorship. Commission sponsorship is stuff like No Scope or Catalyst Mints, where they provide you with products to sell for them and you get a commission. So you're using their products, which helps promote them. And it's also a good look for you because you can bring on more and more sponsors. They see other sponsors are looking at how you sponsor no, how you promote other sponsors' products. You do a good job with theirs, chances are that other sponsors guys say, you know something, I like this guy. I like the way he markets that particular product. Let's give this guy a chance and whatnot. And you can get a particular you can get a financial sponsorship with them. So start there. Start with some product sponsorships. Work hard. This is work, guys. Like, you're not entitled to this. Don't think your video game skills entitles you to get paid.
So
No.
are you telling me that me spending 12 hours a day on StarCraft 2, no one's gonna give me money for free? Not gonna fly me out to tournaments?
I've been playing video games since I was 4. I'm 39 years old. And as a 39-year-old hardcore retro gamer in the modern age, I will not pay anyone on this planet a single dime to do what they were going to do anyway. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You were going to play that video game regardless, and you want me to pay you? No. You sell my product. Make me money. You make me money, I'll pay you. That's how it works. This is work, people. Whether you're getting a 9 to 5, whether it's a career, or whether this is your entrepreneurship that you're doing in esports, you've got to work for this money. It is not entitled to you. Anyone who believes this is entitled to because how good you are, you may want to not do this long term. You may want to go find a job. In that, I would encourage you to be a sucker at a 9 to 5 job than to do this.
All right. So overall, what do you think the pros and cons of sponsorship are in the esports ecosystem?
Oh well, the sponsorship, the pros of the sponsorship is this: that it definitely helps shows the lucrative environment that esports has to bring in the bigger companies, the investors. This is what this is all about. This is about the investors and the people, the venture capitalists. It's not necessarily the sponsors. The sponsors are like us. They're with us. They're on the ground floor like us. And their job is to help us, the players, add more to the context, which is the players. When the sponsors can show that there's an industry to be made, because remember, this was an esports scene, an esports community. Now that the investors or the big businesses from the outside look at the esports community, the esports scene, and the sponsors have showed them, listen, look how lucrative this is. They're like, oh wow, that's it. That's a very lucrative scene. So what are we gonna do? Let's invest and build an industry on it. So, thus, we are now in the industrial esports revolution. These guys are here to industrialize esports. look how much millions of dollars are here now. This wasn't here 5 years ago. And that's a part of, I have a timeline, which is I'm going to be rolling out soon with a couple of mainstream names. I'm not going to say no names because guys on Reddit love to go behind my back and then contact those companies and say, don't work with Triforce. Yes, they actually do that.
Mm.
I've learned a lot. I learned a lot from the griminess in the fighting game community. Like I said, ethics here, never, no such thing. Not now anyway. Not until the World Esports Council guys get here in the Wesses, and I so wait for them. And and I talk to my friends and they're like, Triforce, but you sure you want these guys here because they're gonna hurt you? No, because see the way I work with my organization, I work fair. I'm a neutral entity. I do real business. So for me, when those guys get here, they're going to be helping guys like me, Empire Arcadia. They're going to be helping the smaller guys because they're going to create rules, regulations, policies, and they're going to insert ethics that stop the blacklisting, the blackmailing, and all of the other underhanded stuff that's being done now in the community by teams, sponsors, and community leaders, which is why the scene doesn't necessarily want them, because you have to look at, if you look at esports right now, despite the big organizations that's coming in, it's still generally run by the community for the most part, but the first major moves have been taken already. The people who created MLG don't run it no more. The people who created, well, own it. The people who created DreamHack don't own it anymore. The people who created ECL, they don't own, these guys don't own it. Yes, they're the CEOs and whatnot, but like big corporations have invested money and bought into them. So rules and policies are going to be made, and this is why when you look at these different companies, they're changing the way. Even this ripple effect has even been felt in the fighting game community. If you look at the way the fighting game community is, there's a huge crackdown on conduct in the community. Yeah. What can be said, what you can do, what you can say. Like, well, I already said that. But there's a huge crackdown, and it's going to continue. It's going to continue to pile up, and this is a good thing. I am all for this. I definitely want to see this happen in the scene. I'm glad it's here. It's long overdue. So that's Jackson in the background. This is long overdue. This needs, it's a definite good. The sponsors being here, sponsors have helped contribute in the evolution of the esports community, helping to bring it to the age of the industrial esports revolution. And despite some of the sponsors I didn't get along with for whatever various reasons, I want to personally thank them, on this show. Thank you guys for your contributions. There's too many of you to name, and I don't want to name a few and then don't name anyone else because I don't want to say, oh, you forgot to name this guy. But, I definitely want to give a thanks to all the sponsors throughout all of the esports communities for helping us, the players, develop our scene to the point where companies outside are now taking a vested interest in industrializing esports.